Hey folks, it's dinner time. I saw Scruffy from the window, so I'm gonna open the door now. Hey Scruffy, how you doing? Hey, it's a meow. It's another meow. It's the third meow. Okay, it's a little whimper. You hungry? Yeah? Okay, well I got your super supper with dry kibble. So it's a meow mix and Kirkland kibble, chicken and rice, and 9 lives meaty pate. So you're meowy, but not as much as last night. So, oh well. It's better than when you're completely silent. But I'm gonna get up now and bring out your food, okay? So I'm picking up the plate, and I'm gonna unlock the door, okay? Hey, Scruffy. Oh yeah. So got your food. I don't know. You think you're gonna run in? I don't think that'd be a very good idea. Considering how terrified you are of everything, I don't think you like being inside the house. So I put the plate on the table. Bring out the water. Closing the door. So I'm gonna change your water. So I'm gonna walk past you. And I'm gonna swap out your old water for the new water. So the water's a little dirty. Looks like it fell into it. Put your new water in. Put the bin back. Okay, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna sit in the chair now. Okay. So I'm sitting down. So I'm gonna get the glove on now, okay? Showing me his rear end, I assume because he wants me to pet him. Let me pet you? I don't know which way you're zigging or zagging. Okay, so he's kind of into it. Oops. Not as much as last night, but last night was really unusual. So I don't know what was going on last night. So my two theories are, one, he sensed Boots, the other cat, in the yard, and so he got jealous and is making sure that he marks his property, i.e. me. The other theory is he's really hungry. So maybe he wasn't catching a lot of mice or birds or whatever he eats, and so maybe he was extra hungry that day. So I still don't know what he eats when he's not eating the cat food I give him. So I'm assuming he's catching stuff. So he's been here from I presume many years before I started feeding him, so he knows how to take care of himself. A little worried there. I thought he was going to strike, but he didn't. So I didn't see Boots today. In fact, I didn't see anybody except Scruffy. So the weather kind of turned. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump your head. Yeah, the weather turned. I don't want to say bad, but yeah, it was completely overcast today, and it actually rained a little bit, very lightly, kind of a drizzle. Sometimes, though, I actually did hear the rain come down at one point. Not hard, but it was a little more than a drizzle if I could hear it. So Scruffy this morning was out on the deck, lying and sleeping. No actual sun, but just I guess he just likes lying out on the deck. And then early this afternoon, the rain, drizzle or whatever, started, and he took cover right next to the scratcher. But I didn't see him actually use the scratcher, which is annoying. So and then after a while, I didn't see him anymore. He might have been right next to the door, or he might have taken off. The rain did stop for a while, so he may have went out again, but I'm not sure. He tends to get very close to the door sometimes, since I can't see him unless I open the blinds for the patio door. Probably should do that, but I don't want to trick him into thinking I'm going to do something with him when I'm just opening the blinds. I don't want to tease him. So that's one reason I've been keeping the blinds closed until I feed him, because I don't want to mislead him into thinking, oh, I'm going to come out soon, and you just need to sit here and I'll come out. So I've been kind of closing the blinds as a courtesy to him, just kind of let him know, yeah, I'm not coming out anytime soon, so you better, if you're planning to go on patrol, hunt, or whatever, you should probably not stick around waiting for me. Speaking of which, I did see him last night on the table again. So he was sleeping in front of the box this time. So not in the box, but in front of the box closer to the window. But it's pitch black, so I had to get the flashlight to see him. So yeah, first, he was staring at me, and then a few hours later, he looked like he was sleeping, and then I think I didn't check after that, but he was there for a few hours. So I guess he likes hanging out on the table now, watching me from the window. So I can't see him, but he can see me, because there's light inside the kitchen house, but just no light out here unless I turn on the porch light. But I only turn on the porch light when I come out here. Let's get the love bite. Okay, Scruffy. You've been really good, so how about we get you your food, okay? Ready for some food? Yeah? So it's really quiet when I bring down the food. I don't know why. Just figured that would be the time he wants to meow. Can I pick up the brush? Some slicker brush. We're going to try doing this again. Oops. Okay. Yeah, this one has a little more resistance than the other one because it gets more fur. But I'm trying to be very gentle. So I'm not pulling very hard. And your fur is actually pretty good, so. So most of the time it just slides through your fur pretty easily. A few times it catches a little bit of resistance, but I don't think it's like hard resistance. So I'm trying not to hurt you. So I don't think you're matted or anything, so there's a little bit of a resistance there. Okay, I think I got everything. So I'm going to switch to the other brush. Not because you actually need it, just because I want you to get used to it. So, okay, we're going to go with the other brush. This one should be a lot gentler. This one just kind of flows through, especially on the wire end here. Plastic ball end, or whatever you call it. So there's like a small grooming artifact like right here. So you might have a flea. So I'm going to flip the brush over to the soft side. So anyway, since the weather turned not so great today, I ended up taking my recovery day, or whatever you call it. So I was just doing pull-ups and a little bit with the resistance band. But yeah, so yesterday, I didn't talk about it, but I went for a bike ride. So I thought the weather was going to be good today, but basically the bike ride yesterday would make 4 days straight of fairly, I don't know if I call them intense, but yeah, they were kind of on the higher intensity workouts. So I basically had, let's see, I think it was a pretty good bike ride. The next day was interval training, running, and then, so that's pretty intense. And then did another bike ride, and it was actually a pretty good bike ride. And then I did, I think I'm done brushing him. Then I had a really good run, which I talked about, and then I did another bike ride. So I guess it was 5 days. So I kind of needed a rest or recovery day, so I just did a kind of a recovery day. It's just working on pull-ups, but yeah, the bike ride I did yesterday was pretty good. It was I did so I have a kind of a base route which has like a lot of alternating fork paths I can take, and some of them loop back, and some of them are alternative routes, and so I can kind of change them up a little bit. And so I ended up taking some of the kind of side routes and kind of going up. There's like one, the whole thing's like on a mountain, but it's or a hill, and then there's like multiple multiple hills and multiple sides of the mountain or whatever. So you can go up and down a bunch of times. And so I ended up going up to kind of like the peak, one side, went down, and then I went backtracking, went back up it, and then down, and then I went up on the other side of the mountain, went up, and then went down, and it's kind of an extended route. I wanted to take it easy, but I also knew it was probably going to be my last day for recovery day, and figured, might as well push it. When I saw one of the steeper parts, I saw 7 deer. Looked like a big family, kind of grazing on the hillside. And on the hillside, there's a wire fence. I'm not sure what exactly the fence is for. But yeah, I saw 5 of the deer on one side, 2 of the deer on the other. And yeah, then there were 2 of the younger deer on the other side. And they eventually just joined the rest of the group. They were able to climb through the wires to join the rest of the group. So I'm not sure what the fence does. Maybe it's for the cows, if there are any cows up there. So tomorrow the weather is supposed to, I think, be very similar to today. So I thought it was going to be no rain though, but the forecast keeps changing. So the day after tomorrow, the forecast has been back and forth about the probability of rain, though. I think it keeps saying there's a probability of rain, just the probability keeps changing, and then it keeps changing on both the probabilities of rain and the probabilities of thunder and lightning. And so now it looks like the day after, and then the day after that, and the day after that, there's like some probability of both rain and lightning. So I'm going to have to figure out my exercise schedule, kind of work around the weather. So I do not want to be out in the lightning. I didn't see anything about wind. I need to check the report more closely. So I don't want to be out in the wind either, or the rain for that matter. Yeah, unfortunately, one of those days is, I think, my interval day. So I don't like riding when it's right after the rain, because it's muddy. So I may not be able to go for a bike ride for a while, which kind of suggests I should go for a bike ride tomorrow, since it'll probably be the driest for a while, since we got very little rain today. But I feel like, since I haven't run in a couple days, so I ran 2 days ago, so biked yesterday, ran 2 days ago, so it seems like I should go for a run tomorrow, but I don't know. But I bet Scruffy's going to be sleeping like he always does. I don't see Scruffy exercise. And in fact, yeah, he's not that impressive of a runner. He goes fast enough where I can't catch him, but yeah, now that I've caught him on film a bunch of times, he's kind of running away from me when I scare him or whatever. And he's not the most nimble cat I've ever seen. In fact, he looks a little clunky when he runs. I think the fastest I've ever seen him run, though, I think there were 2 times. So one, it was in the front. So he was actually coming back from, I don't know, down the street. And I was, I think, talking to some neighbors, and I was on the street corner, and I was kind of blocking his spot in the front yard. And I think he was terrified that I was going to block him from his spot in the front yard, so he dashed. So I didn't see him, and then suddenly I see this cat dashing across the street, trying to get to his spot in the front yard. So he ran pretty fast there. And then I think the other time was in the back here, and so last night you saw him on the steps near the garden. There's a side alleyway further back, and I saw him run, I think, from that alleyway to under the deck. So I think I was coming out onto the deck, and I was just trying to, I think I was probably looking for him, actually. And he saw me, and he was terrified, and probably thought somehow I was going to block him from getting under the deck or something, even though I'm like on top of it, and just like, oh, I can block him. But he saw me, and he dashed for cover under the deck, and he, ran pretty fast there. But, and I see him run on film, and it looks kind of clunky. Maybe it's because he's an older cat. Maybe it's because maybe he doesn't run very well on wood. Maybe I'm feeding him too much. There's that weird leg stretch too. Well, I guess he's done early tonight, so I don't hear him scratching, so I don't think I'm going to follow him this time. Last night's video ran way too long anyway, so I think I'll just call it here. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.